Have you tried to treat your hyperpigmentation and your hard to treat hyperpigmentation keeps coming back, or you're looking for less inflammation, less treatments that cause all that redness and peeling for your hyperpigmentation? Then you may want to stick around, because today we're going to be talking about a clinical trial that this type of treatment has been shown to be more effective in people who have harder to treat hyperpigmentation and for people who tend to be higher on the Fitzpatrick scale. Hi, my name is Christy, and I've been treating clients with hyperpigmentation and acne and other skin conditions for over 12 years. And this came across it got my attention on a clinical study using food supplements. Now, before you bounce off, I'm not trying to sell supplements or vitamins or anything like that, but it was actually a clinical study that was done that they found that the hyperpigmentation actually started to break apart and fade. So you may want to stick around, especially if you have harder to treat hyperpigmentation or you have darker skin types. So this study was done on 6 individuals, healthy. It was placebo-controlled and double-blind, random study. Now, when I say healthy individuals, they mean people who are not dependent on any type of medications. They don't follow any specific type of diet. So basically people who don't have any health problems and they can eat whatever they want. And so they had to be in a Fitzpatrick of at least 2 through 4 to be treated with this, or to be in this clinical study. And if you don't know what Fitzpatrick 2 through 4 is, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, I'll put a link right up here so that you can watch to see not only what they are, but what you are in the Fitzpatrick scale. That will help you determine what type of treatments may work better for you in regards to your hyperpigmentation. Now, if you are a science nerd and you want the nitty-gritty details of this clinical studies, because with clinical studies, they talk about the approximate wavelength of UV rays, the microseconds, the time of when the skin was exposed to. I will put that link in my blog, and the blog link will be in the description. I'm trying to keep it very, very generalized. So the object of this study was to see if taking oral supplements of carotenoids would actually help hyperpigmentation that was caused by sun exposure. So that was the whole goal of this study. So if you're not familiar with the term carotenoids, maybe you're familiar with the term carotene. So carotenoids are basically a type of phytonutrient that's found in plants, algae, and bacteria. And it has this orange-yellow, bright orange-yellow type of pigment that gives color to fruits and vegetables. Examples of foods that are high in carotenoids can be things like grapefruits, oranges, turmeric, persimmon, apricots, and carrots. So some of the benefits of what carotenoids can do for the body is they can serve as antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. And some of the carotenoids can actually convert to vitamin A, such as beta-carotene, which is great for your vision, and they are cancer-fighting agents. So the groups were administered one of the 2 things. So it was a placebo, or it was a soft gel that contained multi-carotenoids. So in the multi-carotenoids, they had to take it 3 times with meal and with water, which contained beta-carotene of 4.25 milligrams, lutein, which is 1.10 milligrams, and that's usually, you find that in green leafy vegetables. And then the last one was zeaxanthin, which is 0.50 milligrams. And zeaxanthin is basically yellow pigments. So basically the individuals in this clinical trial were measured. They were actually exposed to UVA and UVB rays and measured on their skin how much erythema was brought on when taking these soft gels, how much of the inflammation started when they were exposed to UVB, which is the burning rays, and then also how much hyperpigmentation started to form when exposed to UVA rays. So before we go into the conclusion and what they found out in this study in particular, if you're finding this information helpful, you're interested in skin conditions such as hyperpigmentation or acne, product reviews, correct skincare protocols, and you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell to know when our videos go up. And if you know someone who is struggling with hyperpigmentation, make sure you share this video and give us a thumbs up telling us that you want us to do more of these types of videos. So before I bore all of you people who are not into the science aspect of this, yes, they did find that when these subjects took multiple times a day, so 3 times a day with a meal, the it's not a multivitamin, but basically different types of carotenoids in their diet as a supplement, they actually did see quite a bit of difference in their skin in regards to healing of the skin, how much collagen it took to stimulate the skin and heal the skin, and as far as the skin not even forming or reducing the amount of hyperpigmentation formation that may have happened without taking the supplement. So after this, what they did is they measured the amount of inflammation and the formation of hyperpigmentation. They measured it at 4, 8, and 12 weeks, and they saw a significant difference once they got to the 8 weeks. So that means by the time they were taking these supplements at 8 weeks and then also at 12 weeks, this is where they did see a improvement in their skin, both with healing and with the formation of hyperpigmentation. So obviously after watching this video, I am not recommending or even suggesting that you forego your sunscreen altogether. However, part of the article did say that if you are someone that tends to be ultra sensitive to using sunscreen, or you have now built up a sensitivity to specific types of sunscreen because of continued use, with possibly using these supplements and using sunscreen, that your skin actually will be better responding to when exposed to UVA and UVB rays. Maybe because of this clinical study that using supplements as well as skincare ingredients and wise lifestyle choices in addition to sunscreen is going to help with the hyperpigmentation. So I hope you found that video helpful, because remember, makeup is an art and skincare is a science. Thanks for watching.